What's up 360 North fans? Patch from 360 North. We're going to talk about the Rototeck Titan Touring 2-Up seat today. We're going to be installing it and showing you how to do it on the Pro Climb Pro Cross Series chassis from Rototeck. And let's talk a little bit about this seat. So Rototeck is a company based out of Quebec, Canada, specialized in plastic products. One of the items that they make is a 2-up seat, pretty much a universal design, fits lots of different sleds. The only thing that changes is the install kit and the bracket assemblies. So we're going to show you how to install it on this sled. Installation is going to be the same on many other sleds. So why should you buy the Rototeck? If you're like me, sledding is a family-oriented pastime, which is why I need a 2-up seat. I also like to ride with my buddies, at which time maybe I don't want the seat on there. So it's important to me to have a seat that literally comes off in seconds. The Rototeck OEM one doesn't do that. This one does. What's nice about this design as well is if you get the deluxe model, it comes with heated grips. I have two little girls. They're soft, kind of like their mom. And so they want to have heated grips. I want them to be comfortable so that they enjoy sledding and they want to do it more often. Another addition to this design has a lockable cargo box. It's got plenty of storage. You can put emergency supplies in there, spare belt, lots of other stuff. The deluxe design also has a set of brake lights installed up high, in addition to the heated grips. And this is lockable, so whatever you have in there, you can lock it up. You don't really have to worry about somebody just going through it and seeing what you got. A seat like this in Canada, MSRP is about $750 for the heated version. If you want to save a little bit of cash, for $679 you can get the non-heated version. So it is a little bit spendy, but the workmanship and quality of it seems to be worth the money, as well as the fact that it comes off in literally seconds when you don't want to use it, which was important to me. When you purchase the seat, it comes in a ginormous box, and you also have your hardware kit. Inside the hardware kit is everything you need in order to install it, as well as an instruction sheet, which is only 2 pages, and the installation is quite straightforward. In order to install this on your sled, you will need some tools. I've added some extras that I feel will make the install go smoothly. You may or may not need them or feel the same way. You need a drill. You can either use corded or cordless, a hammer, 3/16 Allen key, a T30 Torx bit in order to pull the seat off, 1/2-inch wrench, tape measure, small punch, and a piece of chalk. You also need a 5/16 drill bit and an 8 drill bit. Let's get to it. Alright, now that the seat's out of the way, we're going to measure up the tunnel to do what you thought you would never do and drill holes in it. And that seems like something impossible that you're not going to want to do. But we're going to make it as straightforward and as easy as possible and try and make it foolproof so that you know mistakes. There's going to be a hole in the tunnel ahead of the rear mount for your floorboard, and there'll be one behind it. So the first thing we need to do is measure down 3/4 of an inch from the top of the tunnel. Just using a piece of chalk to mark that. Once you've got a small mark made, we'll grab a straight edge. We're just going to continue that line. And actually, I'm going to mark that with a piece of tape. There we go. You have your horizontal line already on the tunnel. Now we need to make our vertical line. The way you're going to do that is you're going to measure from this leading edge on this bracing, and you're going to go 16 3/4 inches. And again, with your chalk, you'll just make a small line, and with your flat edge, where these lines cross, that's where you're going to be drilling your first hole. Now that you have this hole mapped out, the next hole is the same sort of thing. You're going to come down 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to go 11 inches back from where this hole will be. That's where your second mount goes. Second hole's been marked here. What we'll do next is we'll take a small punch and a hammer, and we're just going to dimple the metal ever so slightly, just so that the drill bit doesn't walk when you go to drill a hole so that the holes are where they need to be. Everything's nice and accurate. The installation calls for a 5/16 inch drill bit. I've also used a 1/8 drill bit, which I'm going to use to drill a pilot hole. Once I have the pilot hole drilled, I'll switch to the larger size drill bit to finish the hole off. And if you're wondering, it's extremely unnerving drilling a hole in the side of your sled that's brand new. But you'll get over it. Grab up the larger gauge. You're gonna have to do the same thing on the other side of the tunnel. Exactly the same process. Tunnel's been drilled. Proper orientation of the installation bracket is like this. There's some bracing under here, and this loops around that. So this is gonna go up on the inside of the tunnel, like that. Mount goes out like that. Spacer. This is gonna go into the tunnel. Then it goes the bracket, then a washer, and a locking nut. Then your washer. And then a lock nut. Same thing as on the front side. Now that you have the mounts installed, we're actually ready to test fit the seat. Now, I've never installed this before, so this is going to be the first time. And if it goes on really quick, it's going to be a testament to how quickly it is and how easy it is to put it on and off. And if I struggle with it, well, hopefully it's just because I've never put it on before. But we're going to do this in real time. Kind of sound like Vince the ShamWow guy. Let's put the seat on. Bit of a behemoth. My understanding, though, is that you line up these front guys, slide them on first, and then after you've done that, that side lined up. There it goes. I just need to tug on it from the other side. And boom goes the dynamite. It's on there. So I mean, yeah, pretty fast. Everything's new. Nothing's really worn in yet. So that could get a little easier over time. What I found though is I needed to go around to the other side and fit that side in. Had I done that right from the get-go, probably would have went on a lot easier. But it's on there. And it actually feels really sturdy, which is good. Safety is important. The only thing left to do is wire up the heated grips. In order to do that, we'll pull the seat back off. We'll pull off the front seat and we'll get that wired up. Should be pretty easy. Removal of the seat's meant to be done without tools. You pull up on these two locking tabs, lift the rear of the seat. Once the rear is released, you just gotta tip it backward to release the front. Like that. Use a T30 Torx bit to remove your front seat. It's just a little metal clip. Just pull that, it'll release. And remove your factory seat, put that aside. The Rototeck seat comes with two wiring harnesses. One for the heated grips, one for the tail lights. I don't think I'm really interested in having the tail lights. Sled has a tail light. Plenty visible, works good. So I mean, that's optional, it'll work if you wanted to. One more thing you'll have to unhook when you want to pull it off. So I think I'm just going to hook up the heated grips. Installation of this is as straightforward as it can be. You've got your positive, negative to your battery, and then this connection connects to the heated grips inside the seat. And it's actually inside the rear cover, so it's all protected from the elements. So let's toss that on. So just loosen off the terminals. Red to red, black to black. Alright, so we're looking down inside the box now. You can see this is the harness for the heated grips. Inside this compartment, there aren't any holes machined for the wires to run through in order to connect them to the battery. So that's what we're going to do now. I've got a 1/2-inch drill bit on there. I've chosen this as my location in which to do this. There's a little plastic, like a rivet here. It's helping hold this cushion on. So I'm actually going to run right beside that, as there's some free space there. And if you run down low, it's going to be hidden behind the seat and shouldn't really be visible. There you go. And since the 1/2-inch drill bit is the biggest one in this set, not quite big enough, so we're going to have to hog it out just a little bit. Luckily we're just dealing with plastic here, so pretty easy going. Great success. So it fits. So now we're ready to toss her on there again. Before I go much further, I'm actually going to reinstall my tunnel bag. Looks like when this is not in use, I'll just be able to tuck it right in front of my tunnel bag. When I toss the seat on, just grab it out of there. Or you can put a small hole in the front of the tunnel bag with a grommet and run the wire into there. That'll protect it. Now that's wired up, toss our factory seat back on. And finally, we'll toss the seat back on. my front mount. Another front mount. Just like that. So, I mean, it was only my second time ever putting that thing on, and that went pretty slick. Except, maybe I should have fished that wire up there before I did that. I might be able to get to it as is. Boy, I can feel the hole. Push the wire up and in. The box. Wiring fed up there nice. Plug it in. Just like that, 360 North fans. She's on there.
I'm gonna get on it.
Yeah? You gonna pop up?
No.
You wanna test it out? What do you think?
Where? It's where the handle is.
Right here. There you go. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah? Pretty exciting? It's heated for you too.
Oh, can I feel it?
It's not on right now.
Oh.
Oh, what do you think?
Good.
You excited? High five. Good job. Well, passed its first test.
Then, 360 North fan?
It's as easy as that. Rototeck Deluxe Titan seat install on the Pro Cross Pro Climb Arctic chassis. Some things I like, some things I don't like. Obviously the seat is pretty spendy. Most 2-up seats seem to be. But this one allows you to take it on and off in literally seconds with no tools, which is a huge bonus as far as I'm concerned. It has heated grips, which is nice for your tiny passengers. And I like how this floats above your tunnel. So the bottom of the seat actually isn't resting on the tunnel, it's just resting on those pins. So you don't have to worry about it scuffing up the tunnel for when you don't have it installed and making an unsightly mess of your tunnel. I also like how it's got the storage compartment, which is also lockable, which is fantastic. You can lock your stuff in there and not have to worry about somebody going through it, taking your spare belt. Another bonus of this seat is that you actually still get to use your tunnel bag. I can actually access it through the opening at the back, and I can zip it open. I can root around in there. The thing I like about that is the accessories that you keep in your tunnel bag. You know, if it's the kind of thing you don't want to be without while you're out on the trail, you have to always remember to put that on and off when you're not using the seat box. So it's actually a bonus that that can just stay on the sled all the time and can contain your essential emergency stuff, and you can carry extras in the box so that if the box is on or off, you should have what you need in your tail bag to get you through. So I think for the money, this is a fantastic seat. I got a good deal on it with the purchase of my sled, so I'm going to be extremely happy with it. I think it's hard for me to say what it's going to be like out there on the trails because there's no snow yet and I haven't had the opportunity. One thing I did notice is that the heated grips, because they're wired directly to the battery, if you leave that switch on, it's going to kill your battery. So you do have to remember to turn that off when you get to your destination, or you can install a relay system in there that's going to protect it when the battery is not running. Something to look at in the future. I'm not a huge fan of the hardware that Rototeck uses. I think for the kind of money that you're spending, you know, how much would it cost Rototeck really to toss in stainless steel nuts and bolts? Other than that, I think this is a fantastic quality piece. It's made of excellent materials, made in Canada. I think I can really be happy with it. But I wish it did come with stainless steel hardware. Not a huge thing. I can go to the hardware store and buy my own stainless steel hardware. But when you're spending this kind of money, it'd be nice if they didn't cheap out and just throw in coated steel. Other than that, I don't really have anything negative to say. We'll see you next time, 360 North fans. Don't forget to check us out on our website at 360north.com. Check out our Facebook page. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. And if you like our videos, don't forget to comment, share, subscribe with your friends. We'll see you next time.
Somebody